Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.
What is the most powerful trait we have? You need power, speed. Let your imagination do the rest.
King Media, we're with Peter Fury. Just finished the weigh-in for the big show tomorrow night. Your protege Gradus Karasian, we spoke a bit yesterday. I just find it mad how confident he walks around like he's had 30, 40 fights already.
Yep, he is what he is. He totally believes in his ability, and we all do. I think he knows that he's a special talent, and he's earned that right as well. So people, I'm more than happy now that people's going to see him under the spotlights. He's got a good slot on DAZN there, so they're going to see what he's about. And the more people see this kid, the more people's going to want to see him again.
We keep hearing that phrase about coming from a fighting family. His dad's like a lunatic in the ring. I was watching some of his fights yesterday. You know what I mean? MMA kickboxing legend. Clearly, he's kind of bred him the way he should be. But what I like the most is the fact that he's so humble and he doesn't look like a violent person. You'd think like having that kind of upbringing where your dad's a fighter, you're going to be a certain way. But he seems like such a nice, level-headed kid.
You know he is. He's got no edge with him at all. He's a very humble young man. A loving family they've got. They're a very close family, so it's nice for him. But outside of boxing is boxing, but inside that ring is when he turns. So that's when it matters. Outside, it's a sport at the end of it, but he's got all of his right attitude. He's got everything going for him.
I've got to ask you about the main event. Who are you picking to win? We've got a guy coming up from middleweight. He was a middleweight a year ago. He's now fighting at light heavyweight. Brad Ray. Both men are weighed in, and hopefully it all goes ahead tomorrow.
Do you know what? I don't want to pick a winner because I don't want to be, give the other guy the disrespect, because it's hard for me to pick anyway, because I know both of them, but I know they'll have put a hell of a camp in, and I rate both of them. And Brad Ray's come up in the weights, suits him, he's bull strong. So they've both got it all to do in there. That's what makes it a terrific fight. And I'm not sitting on the fence, but may the best man win in this one, because both top lads.
Definitely sitting on the fence there, Peter. I want to ask you about James Dean Fury. I was at the Box Cup final where he was unlucky not to get the decision. How has he been since? How did he deal with that situation? And I know he had a fight against some Scottish champion recently as well.
Do you know, it's amateur boxing, and the thing is, win, lose, or get a raw decision or whatever, what does it matter? He knows what he's got to do. He's boxed since. And he's boxing again tomorrow in Glasgow. So he's busy, he's active, and he keeps moving on. You're not going to win them all. Some you lose, some you win, some you get a raw decision. So what? You move on.
I know you move around a bit, Mad. You're not going to Scotland and coming back to Hull, are you, tomorrow?
No, I'm afraid I'm not. Amateur boxing, I rarely go. Unless it's a major thing, I'll turn up. But, I think it makes the fighters mentally stronger for them to just go and get the fight done and back. 3 rounds. There's no big issue, but amateur boxing is very good to bring these fighters through. So he's still in the apprentice stage.
And then a quick word on Hughie. I know you spoke about it yesterday, the hand. Obviously, the doctors haven't passed it. But you can imagine whenever his fights get pulled or something happens, everyone kind of just jumps on him now because everyone feels like there's been so much talking and something always just tends to happen. Is it bad luck, Peter, or is it just, do you think it's brewing for something major that's going to happen back into this year?
Look, if I listen to what people say, I wouldn't get up in the morning. It is what it is. Look, there's plenty of conspiracy theories out there. They'll be saying all sorts. Who cares? The facts are, he's been to see the doctor because the boxing board wanted a report on the hand. When the doctor started squeezing the hand, he's flinched a little bit. He's had a look at it, and he reckons he needs another 3 weeks on the hand to properly knit. The doctor said, if I was to approve this hand and you boxed and you break it, then you need pins in it, then you need an 8 months recovery. We can't take that risk with Hughie where he's at right now for the sake of waiting a few months. That's the bottom line. And anybody who doesn't like it, anybody's got anything to say about it, they can kick and scream as much as they want. It's like me now sitting there, isn't it? Slating fighters in the ring and can't do 30 seconds. That's most of these what's got plenty to say. So I'm not really interested in that.
I was hoping you were going to say, come say it to my face. Ideally.
No, listen, I'm not a troublesome man at all, but some people do chat shit. But look, Listen, if there's a fool over there, walk the other way. That's it. We're busy. We work hard every day in the gym, and fighters should be appreciated rather than just get slandered all the time.
Very fair play. And talking of fighters getting slandered, I know everyone's kind of spoke about it, so I don't want to go into detail about the whole Carl Froch, Anthony Joshua thing, but do you think it's justified what Carl is saying, or maybe the way he's saying it? Because I saw some stuff yesterday. I think George Groves had a funny analogy, and I think he said that Anthony Joshua didn't ask for Carl Froch's opinion.
But he's entitled to give it. Look, everybody's got an opinion, and he's giving it from his professional view. Why not? He's a world champion and been a good world champion. He's got a right to give his views as anybody else. So, yes, he says what he sees. And look, some people might not like what he says, but if he says it and he believes it, say it. Because a lot of people don't say what they really believe, do they? You know, Joshua can come back, can he do stuff? I believe he can. Who knows? You know, I've said this many a time now. When you've hit plenty of money in the bank, you know, you've had ups and downs in your career. I don't know how long he's been doing it, 10, 12 years or whatever. Have you still got that hunger there? You might believe you have, but reality is another matter. So we'll see, there is that. But, you know, can they do it? Yeah, they can do it. It's all about the mindset and how much they want it still.
Dave Allen, rumours that he could fight Joseph Parker next. I want to get your opinion on that fight, whether it should or shouldn't happen. There is a big argument out there. I've been watching a lot of debates online, and people are saying that, you know, how does he go from beating somebody who might be English title level to somebody who's like a top 5 world heavyweight? Is that justified? Because there was talk of him trying to go down the British title route. What would you do if he was kind of guiding his career, and is it right or wrong?
Guiding his career, Dave Allen?
Dave Allen's, yeah.
Take it. If he can get a fight and get plenty and get paid well, take it. Look, every fight is beatable, and I will say this about Dave Allen. One, he's tough as teak, and Jamie Moore trains him right. And the thing is, I think if he really knuckles down, and I think now these 2 fights with Johnny Fisher has given him a lot of confidence. So if Dave Allen can knuckle down and train like a world level fighter, he can be a world level fighter. So it's not as one-way traffic as you think. He's got a chance in that fight because, listen, he's tough and he can box, Dave. He's just never been in tip-top shape. That's been his problem. But these 2 fights he's won has put him right in the mix. And listen, he would have never dreamed he would be in this position a year or 2 ago. He retired, he's come back, and look, you know, you don't know what tomorrow brings. Keep banging the door, and eventually it'll open.
Very true. And then the last one, Dillian White, Itauma. Are you giving Dillian White any chance? Because I don't think I've seen anybody giving him like a whisker in this fight.
You know, the speed and the ferocity of the young Itauma is special, but listen, everybody's got a fight. He's got the experience on him, hasn't he? So, and he's been there. And, you know, can he withstand that onslaught? That's the thing. And we'll see on the night. If he can. And we know he had some grueling ones with Chisora as well. So if he's really up for it and he trains that, Dillian White can be a danger for anybody.
Fair play. And this is the last one, actually. I want to show you a picture of the Bronze Bomber's back tonight, Peter. That's the shape he looks in. What do you think? And does he have a future in heavyweight? Still?
Hang on. Well, what weight is that?
I've got no idea, but he obviously weighed in yesterday. I'll find out for you.
He looks in good shape.
Let me find out.
Go on.
Let me find out for you.
How old do you think?
Let's see what did he weigh.
What's he normally weigh at?
Peter's proper got me on the search here.
What was his last one?
It's alright. You want to give us a proper answer, don't you? That's why. Let's have a look. So we can kind of compare the kind of weights he's been fluctuating at when he obviously had the trilogy with Tyson and then White. So prior to against Zhang he was 214. Against Parker he was 213. Elenius 214. But the 2 Tyson fights, the last one he was 238. The second one he was 231. And in the first Tyson fight he was 212. So he's kind of been hovering around 210, 230.
So now he's 225.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah, I think he's been training serious, and it's a good weight for him. Because I think anything less is very light. I don't know what that is in kilograms or stones, but it's a decent weight for him. So yeah, I wish him all the best, don't I, Wilder?
He's not with Malik Scott anymore either. I don't. think anyone knows who he's training with. I was trying to figure out, but I didn't recognise the people in his corner. But what do you make of him moving away from that? And then, if he does win tonight and it's in style, is that something you'd be looking at for Huey as well? Because it's a good name.
Listen, let me tell you something. Let's get September here for Huey. Don't want to say anything more because you get flamed down all the time. So let's see. Huey knows what he's doing. Huey knows what he needs to do, and so let's get on with it.
Definitely. Peter, thank you very much. All the best tomorrow. Looking forward to Gradus Crass. What number is he on tomorrow?
But he could be on the chief support.
I urge the fans to watch him because he's an exciting fighter. First time on the big stage. So
Definitely. And this lad here, McGuigan, he's coming for it as well.
yeah, I like his
Yeah, he's beat a 17-0 kid, and he believes he can do it. So it's a good fight. Both in incredible shape. So yeah, but this is what we want for Gradus. I believe he's a very, very special talent.
I back that up. Peter, thank you very much for your time.
What is the most powerful trait we have? If you need power, speed, let your imagination do the rest.
Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.